So here we're going to be looking at purchase orders on groups. Now the idea here is we're actually trying to kind of summarize our cost per order on a continuous variable here. So we have these kind of continuous data here. And what we want to do is we want to kind of summarize, just the general distribution of the order costs. Now, a standard histogram isn't going to work because every one of these values is going to be different. Well, the few are going to be the same, but most are going to be different. So you're just going to have this like really large number of bins with like one or two items in each. So it'll be pretty much meaningless. So the idea is we want to group it, and we basically want to have even groups throughout the range of the data. I'll just kind of copy this over, then I'll just note how we actually got this. So here we've got like one group, basically in Excel, if we're using histogram, we put in the upper group limit. So here we're going to have a group of 0 to 26,000, 0 to 52,000, 0 to 78,000, 0 to 26,000, 26 to 52, 52 to 78, 78 to 104, 104 to 130. Now, how did we decide on that? Well, I think the idea was, let's just have a look at the minimum of the data. And we can see the minimum order cost is $68. But let's just kind of do the same for the max. $127,000. So the idea is that, we're roughly between, we don't want to like stop our bins at $127 for 1,500 because that's not really natural. So we'll probably just do it at the next kind of major tick mark, the major 10,000. So we're going to go, and the lowest is almost zero. So we're going to go from 0 to 130,000. Say we want 5 bins, then we're going to do over 5, and then we get a bin every 26,000. Say we wanted 6, we decided 6 bins, then we get that. Now the idea is it's kind of a trade-off. If you have too many bins, the graph is going to get cluttered. If you only have like 2, then it isn't going to show enough information. So that was just kind of how I used to calculate. So and again, we're going to go to data analysis, and we're going to use histogram. And this time we're going to use, it's the cost per order. So our input range is going to be the cost per order. And our bin range is going to be here. And yeah, let's just stick P3 out, but that's not going to make any difference. Click OK. And we have up to 26,000, we have 68. 52,000, we have 8. 78,000, 11. 104,000, we have 4. Now, say for example, our range was starting at 100,000. We only allowed orders above $100,000. Then what we might want to do is have our first limit at $100,000, and that would have a frequency of 0, and then we'd actually get rid of that column. But here, this is looking good. We can get rid of the more. We don't need the more. So again, just right-click it, delete, shift cells up, and then we get our histogram as per the book. And you can see that the idea here is that the majority of orders are small orders, less than $26,000. And basically, we have another, it's kind of almost bimodal. We have some orders around the middle, and then it slowly tails off. I just want to show you what happens if we actually did it with a 0, because I think that's what the book did. So let's just remove that, and let's just have a $0. And then let's just type these in here. It's just exactly the same, but we've got an extra row in our bin range. And you see here, this was it. This was what was in the book. Now, this is actually going to be useful if I said we're starting, say we started a minimum of 100,000, we'd have what the first group topped out at 100,000. Then we just kind of get rid of it. But here, this doesn't really make any sense. So we just could delete that again. And voila, we have the same histogram again. Okay, so that was purchase orders group page 125.